So Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined once again by super welterweight contender Anthony Fowler. And you must be pretty happy at the moment, not just with how the result went at the weekend, but also returning to Liverpool for the first time in a while, getting to catch up with friends and family.
Yeah, it's nice to get home, mate. It's nice. I'm away a lot and I miss out a lot, so it's nice to just be around my family and friends and just chill. You know, there's not much to do, but it's nice to be home.
And you pulled out one of the best performances on that show, and it was a really good show for British boxing regardless. Got a lot of people talking on social media, got rid of Jorge Fortea, tough, durable guy, quicker than anyone has before. And just a very efficient, ruthless performance. How do you reflect on it?
Yeah, I was really happy, mate. I thought I was expecting a longer fight, to be fair. He was really tough. They go 12 rounds at IBF number 1, so I was expecting him to be really tough and durable, and he was elusive. He was hard to nail with some big shots, so I just started tagging the body. It's a bigger target, and I think that was slowing him down a lot. And then I just found some lovely shots. I mean, I hit him the jab round the button, put him down, a bit of a light flash knockdown, and then when he got up, I knew he was a bit unsteady, so I put it right on him, and I caught him with a big right hand over the top, and I think he never recovered. So I was really happy, mate. It was a good statement for myself and for the super welter division, because he's a good fighter.
He's been in with good fighters as well, and he's always proved pretty durable. So I guess it shows that you're one of the better punchers in the division. Is that something you wanted to prove, either in this fight or at some point?
Yeah, definitely. What I said to me, one of my best friends before the fight was like, years ago when I was an amateur, I was feeding the country. Like, people didn't want to fight me. But as a pro, I didn't start off my career. I started off knocking people out quite easy, but they obviously were just journeyman and stuff. And then when I lost that fight, people seen a bit of weakness. Some people see me as like a big name who's beatable. So people started like call me out a little bit, where I think now they're going to start thinking twice. I think the next few fights are going to start showing where I'm at now, because I have adapted now to the professionals, in my opinion. Like, I weren't the most naturally talented fighter. It took me a little bit longer to adapt, but now in the gym, I'm performing really well behind closed doors, and I'm bringing it to the ring with me.
What was it like on the night, obviously after your fight? Chris had won as well, and then you got to see Lawrence win the world title. Having already got your victory in the bag, you must have been pretty happy.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mad little night, because like Shane was non-stop. Shane was like, Shane didn't even warm me up, to be honest. Like, after Chris's fight, like, Shane was rocking my hands up, when Chris was warming up. So Chris was a bit of a rush warm up, and then once Chris won his fight, Shane came with the changes, and like Lawrence was in there, and Shane was like, I've got to wrap Lawrence's hands, and I was like, and then I need pads. So I was like warming up with JP, he was like Shane's assistant. He was like giving me a few pads, and Shane was like rushing around doing Lawrence's hands, and then I got a few pads to Shane before the fight, but it was just all a bit like mad, a bit manic of the change, especially for Shane. I'm like a really chilled out guy, me, so I'm not really that bothered. I was just like, I wasn't an ass. I just thought in the gym and sparring, I didn't warm up. I just put my gloves on, tap the bag, and get in. So I don't really need a big warm up. Whereas some boxers, like, they're a bit like, they can panic a bit if everything's not the same way as it always is. But it was good. It was a bit mad, but it was good. And the atmosphere was unbelievable. The changes, and like Lawrence just boxed unbelievable as well. He boxed like so well.
And what did you guys do to celebrate? I know everything's really restricted still, but did you manage to have some level of celebration?
Not really necessarily. I was going to go home with like one of my friends to watch me fight, so I was going to go home with him. But after the fight, obviously the change, we all had a bit of banter, had a big laugh, and I said the atmosphere was unbelievable in there. So, Lawrence, mate, he's just a funny guy. I love the fella. He's just so funny, mate. I was even speaking to him there before, sending me your voice notes, going, man, I'm gassed. Just like the way he is, he's just funny. But yeah, we didn't really celebrate as much as a team, because there's not really much to do. But the atmosphere after the fight was great, and I think Shane was really happy as well. It's very rare you see emotion out of Shane. Like, Shane was like, I see Shane was buzzing, which is very rare for him, because like, he's a proper laid back guy, and he's got such high expectations. But I think with all three of us winning and another world champion under Shane's resume, he was buzzing with that as well.
Well, that's 3 now for Shane in a comparatively short career. Already 3 world champions. Obviously, Josh Taylor from the start of his career as well.
I think it's 4. He's had Groves, Frampton, Taylor, and Lawrence.
4. It's 4. Yeah. I'm going to cut that bit out. I'm just kidding, I won't.
He wouldn't be happy, Shane. He wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, he won't. But yeah, 4 world champions, sorry. Already so young into his career and improving fighters as well, not just yourself, but Lawrence, Luke Campbell, Chris, of course. What makes him such a special trainer?
You know what? He takes a lot of pride in like representing his gym. It might sound mad, but like he wants you to win just as much as you. Like he's really passionate about like getting results. Like if you go into his gym, he wants you to succeed. So he will push you hard and he'll put a lot of effort into you, and he'll do a lot of pad work with you. He'll shape you. He'll tell you what to eat. He helps me with everything. Like one of the main things I've noticed since I went to his gym is I get in the ring so much heavier than I used to. Like I never used to have no help with my nutrition, and the people who I was using weren't really boxing men, so that I was getting the ring really light. Where now I'm getting the ring like 169, 170. With Dave Cole, I was getting the ring 163, 164. So I feel like a little extra half a stone on me now, and I think like I look a lot bigger in there. I've got more energy. I feel a lot stronger. But I think like doing me weight the way I make my weight now, I make the weight really well. I used to like bring it down quite fast. And with Dave's gym, I used to have an S&C coach, and he had his own little strategy which worked for some people, but I don't think it worked for me. Whereas the way Shane does it, it comes down really, really slow, and we like again. I just seem to like get in the ring a lot more fueled and a lot more energetic. I think a lot of me fights in my career, I boxed dehydrated, and I didn't realise I was. If that makes sense.
You do all that in-house now, the nutrition and the S&C, like all within the same place with Shane and at the same venue?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, we've got an S&C coach called Duncan who works with us, but Shane also helps us as well. But he just like Shane like basically guides me through the whole process. When I was an amateur, I made weight a certain way, and I've done the same thing as a pro, which is it's a different game. You need to get in the ring a lot heavier, and with me being so big for the weight, it was really important that I put the weight back on me, which I never used to do. I used to I didn't eat enough, and I was doing the wrong things and stuff. And like now, everything's like really structured, and like Shane like talks you through the whole process, everything to do. Like he tells me what to eat for my breakfast and then tea, which I've never had that before. I've always just like thought I'll have a bowl of porridge, or I'll have. You know what I mean, I've always thought I've always ate well, but now I'm eating like the exact the right things I need to eat.
And how much of that has that been maintained over the last few days? Be
honest. Not the mate, long gone. I mean, I've been eating like a fucking pig. I've been eating what I can, but I think it's half important to actually let your body go and let yourself like, you know, put a bit of fat in it. It's important because I'm such a low body fat all year round. I think it's half important to put a bit of fat back on me. So when I go off the gym, I've got something to burn off rather than just like going a little bit stale. I mean, being too ripped all the time, I don't think it's that good for you.
Yeah, well, like you said, like George Groves, who I forgot was a world champion apparently about 5 minutes ago, but he used to say that he'd just want to pig out as much as possible after a fight so that he'd eventually get sick of like junk food and chocolate and stuff like that, and then he'd want to get back in the gym, he'd want to get back on it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to get sick of it, but I just think you need to like get it out of your system. Where like because you're so strict for so long. I had a really short camp for that fight. I only done like, I think it was like 4 weeks or something, 4 weeks, which for me is not long at all. But I did train all year as well before that. Obviously, when I had COVID, I had like 2 weeks of doing nothing, then I had a week at home, and then I had like, I think it was like 3 weeks of training. So I had a really short camp, but some ways for me that's good because I can sometimes overtrain. I train 6 days a week, twice a day, really hard, and like sometimes I can get a bit like too much towards the end of the camp. I start getting a bit fatigued towards the end of it because I've been training so hard for so long. So I think maybe the shorter camp helped me a little bit as well.
So what's the plan going forward? Because in beating Fortea, you will enter the IBF rankings. You're already rated by other governing bodies. Have you got a particular route you want to go down? I know you talked about Sergio Garcia before the fight.
Yeah. Me personally, I'd like to fight the winner of a Metcalf and Cheeseman, but Shane doesn't want me to for some reason. Shane's just a bit like, let's just go for the European and get you the fight. That Garcia actually messaged me, funny enough, that Sergio Garcia, saying to me, well done on the win, I hope we fight soon or something like that. And like, I had to translate it on Google. But yeah, he have called me out, which is funny because he's the champion. So like he messaged me, but I love that fight as well. But I am like still wanting to be British champion. Like a funny little statistic, Shane's never had a British champion before, which is quite mad. So I'll be Shane's first British champion, which would be nice for me. You know, he's not bothered, he wants the world. I'd love to be the first British champion for Shane and then box Garcia, because it makes sense to me as well. And the winner of Metcalf Cheeseman's going to be really highly ranked in the IBF too. They're going to be, I'm sure Metcalf's at number 5 or something. So if Metcalf wins or Cheeseman wins, they're going to be really highly ranked. So that fight is more appealing. But they might look at it as though like we want to go for a world title now, like leave Fowler. But I don't think they will, because I don't think they're going to get a world title shot anytime soon. And fighting me is a big money fight for either of them. So I would like that fight personally, but I'm not going to argue with Shane. If he says to me, you're fighting Garcia, I'll say sound.
It's crazy. He's never had a British champion. I suppose, yeah, Billam Smith was supposed to go for it against Juma. That got called off. I think Frampton won one before Shane became the head trainer. He's probably involved in the camp. But...
No, I don't think Frampton boxed one. I think Frampton skipped it.
Oh, he skipped it, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. I think they've all skipped it. Yeah, like Shane's always went down the European world route rather than the domestic route. But I'm like one of them fighters. I'd be proud. I like to do the old-fashioned way. I like to win the Commonwealth, British, European, then world. You know what I mean? But I definitely am at that level now. I know for a fact I can beat Garcia. I think 4 tables are a good indication to where I'm at, and I'm definitely at that level now.
What? So you're interested in the British title? Is it mainly for that reason, or is it that you'd like to fight either Cheeseman or Metcalf on a personal level?
Yeah, it's a bit like bragging rights in your own country. I don't want to like just like not avoid them, but like skip them, and like I'd like to just beat them both, or beat one of them at least, and then say, look, I'm the best in this country now. Now let's go for the European. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's probably good for me development as a fighter. Like boxing them two will be a hard fight, whoever it is. I still haven't really had many hard fights. I've only had one hard fight, which I lost. But I'd like to have a few more fights where like I'm getting it back. Most of my fights have been quite one-sided. But apart from the one I lost, which is really frustrating. Like I'd like to say when I boxed for Gerald, I'd never been past 6 rounds. If I would have boxed one before him, like Adam Harper type, even just got a few rounds under my belt, I might have beat Scott. So I like to just like the development to just like keep taking small steps up.
And you've said whoever it is in terms of the winner a number of times, but how do you see the fight going on Saturday in Gibraltar?
I just start keep changing my mind, you know, to be honest. Like I just keep like changing my mind, because I think Metcalf would have been favourable. He has been inactive for over a year. I think he's at about like 14 months or something out the ring or something like that. And Cheeseman is getting better.
Fight week, didn't it, last year?
It's a shame. It was a shame for him, and that might cost him. You know what I mean? Because it's good to keep active and keep yourself fighting. Where Cheeseman's just come off a probably a career best win against Egerton. He is getting better. Cheeseman, you'll give him his due. When he boxed Garcia, he got absolutely outclassed, and then he come back and wasn't lucky against Fitzgerald. He should have beat Conway, in my opinion. He beat Egerton in a good fight. So I think Cheeseman's the more experienced fighter, even though he's younger. But it's an interesting one. It's a really interesting fight. Like I'm hoping Metcalf wins. It's a bigger fight for me. He's a Scouser. I hope Metcalf wins. But I don't know. You know, it's a really, really intriguing fight. That.
How long will you be staying at home before it's back in camp? Will you wait for a fight date, or will you be travelling back down regardless?
I'm gonna go to Lanzarote next week. I'm gonna do a training over there. I forgot there's a gym in Lanzarote that the probably good people. I went there December and got on with them all great. So I'm gonna go back over there, because rather than train in Liverpool next week, I'd rather just do a bit of training in the sun, and then I'll just stay there until when Shane gives me a date, I'll get back to Kent. But I'd rather be in Lanzarote, mate. I'm allowed to go as an elite athlete, and I'd rather be in training in the sun rather than the freezing cold Liverpool, mate.
I love Kent though. What's wrong with Kent?
Mate, I can't. That's our graph.
I'm about to go for a run in Kent. It's quite sunny today, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a nice day. Nah, mate, I love the sun. I don't feel as though I've had a break until I go away. When I go away in a nice country, I can come home and get back to work. Where if I stayed in Liverpool for 2 weeks and I'm back to Kent, it'd be a bit like no like break at all. Do you know what I mean?
I'd love it too, but I think athlete and pushing it, never mind elite athlete in my case.
True.
Right, well, I really appreciate your time, mate. Enjoy the rest of your time off. You've earned it.
Nice one.
And
man, Danny.
We'll catch up again soon.
Thanks, mate. Nice one having me, mate.
Take care,
Catch you
mate.
soon. Bye.